Soundtrack to the love we make. Let your love flow and shower us. Let your love flow and shower us.
Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, y'all. Man, good morning, grand rising. Whatever your preference. I'm a boy this day. I should have hit him up. Hello. Both all them tires got low air. We'll call them. My bad. Heading out this morning. On my way to work. Saturday. I don't know, I had gotten in the car and I was just kind of letting the car, run for a minute before leaving today. It's time for me to change my windshield wipers. Excuse me. But yeah, I was sitting in the car and checking like my credit card statements and bank account and stuff. And mine just started going. Which shouldn't really be news to y'all, if you know me. I feel like I'm choking on something. But in my thinking, I first, well, the first thing that came to mind was that it gets better. Okay. I'm not even gonna say what that was. But yeah, the first thing that came to mind was it gets better. And I wasn't even really sure what that meant. Like, I mean, I know what it means, but for those specific words or that phrase to come to mind that clear, it's like, I just felt like that meant turn the camera on, but wasn't exactly sure what I was gonna say. But I just turned it on. So here we are. But the first thing that came to mind was it gets better. I do know that I don't believe that it's necessarily speaking to my today. But then again, it could be speaking to my today. Like, because I almost feel like it's a testimony of what I've gone through thus far. but it could also be confirmation or prophecy or what's to come. That, I mean, maybe even, not even maybe, I'm gonna take the maybe off, because I'm gonna go ahead and receive that one. Even with what I'm seeing right now and feeling like right now, it gets even better than this. And that's just, I mean, that just even saying that just blows my mind, because it's like, right now is not bad. Like right now for me, in comparison to a year ago, is better. In comparison to me 5 years ago, I mean, it's way better. I mean, it's just like I've always kept my glasses dirty. I've always kind of felt like, you know, I've been trying to do for the most part good or right or righteous work, even before I even really knew all of that, before I even knew what I know now. Like, I mean, I don't feel like I've ever had the intention of hurting anybody or you know, to make anybody feel like pain because of me, not intentionally. Now, I have definitely caused pain, most certainly. I have most certainly hurt people. Even sometimes when I think I'm doing something good, or thought I was doing something good or beneficial, that can still hurt people, because something that is beneficial for one may not be necessarily beneficial for the other. Or it may be beneficial for both, and one may not understand yet why it was beneficial, so it might be painful or hurtful, you know. But I've just grown to learn that there's lessons in everything, and there's opportunities to learn from so many different situations, you know. And I just I've just grown to understand that and appreciate that. But I've never just had the intention of, yeah, I'm gonna hurt them. You know, like, nah, it was never that. I've always kind of led with love, even before I knew what I was even really doing. But now that I understand it, it's definitely far more intentional to lead with love. But you know, I like I said, when I was sitting in the car today, starting the video, I mean, well, in my thoughts, which led to starting the video, the first thing that came was, it gets better. And I was thinking, oh, okay, well, I don't know what I'm gonna say, but in my mind, it's like, share this with them, you know, record, tell them how your life has gotten better from, you know, point A to B to C to D, you know, like, just how much better life is since I have, like, you know, really committed myself to this path, and you know, this choosing better for myself, and choosing to do better, choosing to be better, choosing to love more, choosing to treat people better, choosing to believe in myself more, you know, like all these things, man. Like, I've seen, and you can break this down in any time periods that you choose, but I've seen just how much my life has improved and gotten better. And man, I definitely went through some dark times. I went through some sad times, some painful times, some times where I was really hurting. There was so much, a huge portion of my life, I think I lived in denial of being affected or bothered. Like I was for sure on the Omarion unbothered vibe. Nothing bothers me. Nothing has bothered me. Only to learn in these past 3 years that I was very bothered and very much affected by events from my past, events from my childhood, and in a lot of those situations, I was on the receiving end of hurt or what I interpreted as hurt, and also many times I was I was dishing out the hurt. I was hurting people. I can think of so many instances of verbally, physically, emotionally, whatever types of beliefs you can think that are harmful. I've dished that out to people, and understanding now that a lot of that wasn't necessarily my truth, but rather my cover-up of my truth. Wanting to protect my image of being so strong and masculine, that I just acted like I was unbothered by things, but my actions clearly showed for a good first 30 plus years of my life that, man, I've been scarred for a long time, and there's been certain events and situations and circumstances that I've been in, especially here in the past 3 to 4 years or so, where I've been able to see myself and see, kind of, paying more attention to myself, and not like in an arrogance or selfishness, but just like I've always kind of paid so much more attention to others and everybody else, and because I'm unbothered, so let me just make sure y'all are good. That kind of mentality or mindset. Did I leave my phone? Oh no, it's right here. So because I can't even say that it was intentional, because I thought that I was what I was supposed to do, because as a man, you don't have time to sit and pout and sit and cry over what's not right in your life. You got to get up and you got to just be a man, and you got to do something about it. You can't show no weakness, So like operating in that mindset, I think I thought I was good all that time. I thought I was okay. But like in the past 3 years or so, like I've experienced so much, and just really tapping into self-care, self-love, and understanding myself, that I realized, like, man, bro, like, man, you've been dealing with some things, and even here more recently, like, just some of the conversations I've had with people from my past, and not all just, and I've spoken about some of these on some of these videos. It's not even just all like female relationships, male-female relationships. Like some of it is my brothers, men in my life that, I was a certain way for a long time, and even though I meant well, my delivery and my approach was not always as kind and sweet and compassionate as it is now. This is something I've learned to do, but it used to be way harsher, and there were some people that were affected by that, and just to learn and understand that, like, I've gone through some things like that have made me sit with myself and see myself and understand myself and realize how myself can make people feel, or has made people feel, how it's affected people, how it's affected me. And it's not like a happy time, when you're going through that. It's like you really see yourself for who you are. It's like looking in the mirror naked and just exposed and seeing who you really are, and sometimes you're not proud of what you've done, or who you've been. So in those times where you're going through that, it's dark, it's gloomy, it's sad, it's down, is really take a serious look at yourself, if you really seriously looking at yourself, because some people can just avoid that. And I feel like I did for so many years, but not intentionally, and many of you probably aren't doing it intentionally. But if you start the process of self-reflection and you feel a little bit of pain, or you feel a little bit of something, we may have a tendency to stop or back off, like, nah, this is getting too deep, I don't want to deal with that, so we back away and we never deal with it. So because we never confront it and deal with it, we carry it, even if it's tucked away in a pocket somewhere, it's still there, and it's waiting on the right moment, the right scenario, the right opportunity to present itself and show and reveal that you're not as healed or as unbothered as you believe you are. And that was me. That's my story. But again, I felt led to turn this video on based on that phrase, "It gets better," because I can now testify that even though I went through all of that, even though I've gone through all of that, even though I've had all those dark times, and it was never a time that it was dark, like, where I'm thinking do something to somebody or to myself, harm myself. But it was dark as far as, like, there's like this constant cloud of rain and thunder that's just over you, and it just makes it dark and gloomy in your life, because you got to see yourself for who you really are and who you've really been, and how you really treated people, and what you said to people, what you've done to people, how you've hurt people, how you've hurt yourself, how you held yourself back for so long because you're not really being truthful with yourself. You're not really telling yourself the truth about who you are, what you've done, who you've been, and it is not even for you that you got to tell other people. It's just for you to be honest with yourself, and you either from that you determine whether or not you're happy with who you've been, or you like, I mean, I probably could be better. That's what I went through, that's what I experienced, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take these steps to be better. And so I began to take steps to be better, and I can testify today that it gets better. Like, even though you go through that dark period, but once you have completed that dark period, what comes after is better. And man, I just been receiving blessings. Just I can't even list them all. Just the way that things have been opening up for me, doors have been opening for me, phone calls coming in, and speaking of, I never got that email. I knew you were, bruh. Yeah, like I'm reading all these messages now, like people been messaging. I couldn't find my phone. So some guys, my bros, were supposed to send me some songs. I ain't gonna call them out. Peace, bro. I never got the songs. But so I could testify though that, man, life has gotten better, and there have been just blessings after blessings after blessings, and like I said, these phone calls, and people, this, I'm getting invited to this, this people buying my shirts, from a clothing brand. Man, I got more opportunities to do more yards, and I'm not even like some of the stuff is like, whoa, I really just can't even take everything on right now because it's like it's a lot. So I'm even having this process now of beginning to try to scale to see like how I can really manage and maintain all of the opportunities that's coming. I'm even reaching out to other people that I know, and seeing what their availability is, because I can't even take everything. So I don't know, it's just like so much has just improved in my life since I've been on this path and staying committed to this path. Not saying that it's been a perfect path. I wouldn't dare lie to you and tell you that. But I'm saying just staying committed to the path. If you trip up, get back up, brush yourself off, and keep going on the path. Don't stay there. Don't stay down. But staying committed to this path, I have definitely seen just more and more blessings flow my way, and it gets better, and I'm sharing that with you. I want to give you that word and encourage you, for those of you who are on your own paths. If it's a path of righteousness, that's all I can speak on. I can't speak on if you choosing a path of evil now, because I think the consequence of that. But I mean, just it's not perfection, y'all. It's just choosing to be better, just choosing to see yourself better, do better, be better for you, first and foremost. And in being better for you, we of course looking to create opportunities for our families and our children and things of that nature. But it gets better, and so I'm giving you that word, but I'm also receiving that word myself, because man, if it continues to get better for me, man, it's just gonna blow my mind. But the better it gets for me, the better it's gonna be for those people that are connected to me, because man, that's just who I am. I definitely I'm always looking to bless someone else. So I'm thankful for everything God is doing in my life right now, and I'm thankful for being reconnected to God. And I know that there was some circumstances in my life that really kind of reopened that door, and because I was going somewhere else. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was done with all this believing stuff, but I'm thankful for connections and interactions and situations and circumstances that happened in my life that pointed me back towards God. I'll forever be grateful for that. And it gets better. So I'm about to go and hit to work, I guess. Be encouraged. I love y'all, and just know that I don't know how your life is right now, what it looks like. I didn't make this video to brag and boast about my life being so great or being better than yours. What I'm saying is, man, I was in a mess. I was in a low place in life, and I thought I was high. I thought I was experiencing the good life. I thought I was doing things the right way, and I found out that was all in my mind. None of it was real. It was all a lie. I was not living my best life. I was in bad shape, and I had to deal with some ugly truths about myself, and it was dark for me for a while, man. I mean, for a while. And I can say, it's been a process over the past specifically 3 to 4 years, that it has been like, you know, increasingly getting better and better and better and better. And a huge part of that was me being reconnected to God, you know. So and I know that's different for everybody, so this ain't to like, you know, talk about what God, which God, my God, your God. Is just whatever God means to you or is to you, or what you understand God to be. I was connected to that supreme source, the creator, reconnected rather, and man, just changing up some things about myself and my life, and I'm seeing things turn around. So it gets better. Peace and love, y'all.